Hello, everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Holy cow, they're coming this way.
Hey, it's Morris Savage's crew. Seize it.
We gotta make a fight of it, guys.
Hey! What's Santini doing?
Pulling lever.
Look out! It's a trap! The net!
Holy cow!
It's got us up against the wall.
We shoot somebody, Rennie!
It's no good. They've got us.
Here comes Monk Mayfair, the ape-like chemist.
Lasers!
Ham Brooks, the sword-wielding lawyer.
Take that!
Rennie Renwick, the two-fisted engineer.
Holy cow!
Long Tom Roberts, the adventurous electrical genius.
Pipe down, you guys.
Johnny Littlejohn, the fighting archaeologist.
I'll be super amalgamated.
And their leader, the greatest adventure hero of the 1930s, the man of bronze, Doc Savage. The Variety Arts Radio Theater, by special arrangement with Condé Nast Publications, presents The Adventures of Doc Savage, a new series of radio adventures based on the novels by Lester Dent. Today, The Mysterious Weeds, Chapter 6 of the fantastic story, Fear Key. Doc Savage and his crew have trailed the Fountain of Youth gang to Fear Key, a remote island in the Caribbean, trying to discover the fabulous secret material the gang is attempting to steal from old Dan Thunden. As Doc and Kel Avery attempt to learn about the island's horrible presence that turns men into skeletons, they are captured by Santini, the leader of the gang. Meanwhile, Rennie, Johnny, and Long Tom rescued Doc's cousin Pat Savage from Santini's guards and then follow old Dan Thunden into the jungle in hopes of discovering the whereabouts of Doc and Kel Avery. Thunden leads them to a secret trapdoor in the rocks and is tricked by Rennie into opening the trap himself. But just as the door springs upward, Dan Thunden collapses on the rocks.
He's passing out, falling down right by the trap door.
Oh, my God. He looks dead.
Why, he isn't dead. He's just sleeping.
He's been knocked out. Rennie, what do you do?
Look around the edge of the trapdoor, Pat.
Particles of glass, like a small light bulb had broken.
Doc's anesthetic bulb?
Right, Long Tom. When I was bending down pretending to examine the trapdoor, I put some of them around the edge of the slab. When the lid opened, they broke.
And since the gas produces instant unconsciousness, Thunden passed out before he had a chance to escape back into the jungle.
So, the old goat wasn't so wise after all. Boy, when he wakes up, will his face be red.
What's going on out there?
Quick, Rennie, pretend you're one of the gang.
We got old Dan Thunden. Come up and have a look. Yeah? Who are you?
Tell him Snicker. That's the name of one of the gang who was watching me.
Snicker! Down here where I get a look at you. I gotta be sure it's you, Snicker.
We gotta do something. He'll get suspicious pretty soon.
Wait. I've got some anesthetic bulbs left. I'll lob them down into the holes. Yeah, okay. Here I come.
That's it. Come on. Take his machine gun, Rennie, and that ammo sack.
What impends now?
This is no place for you, Johnny. The going will be too rough for those banged-up ribs of yours.
That is regrettably true.
You better stick here on guard. You can watch Thunden and the other guy.
They'll be unconscious for at least an hour. But I'll stay here.
Sure you won't pass out?
Positive.
Okay. Keep your super machine pistol handy. You never know when one of Santini's mob may show up.
Indeed. And I have a pocket full of anesthetic bulbs also.
Okay. Rennie, Pat, let's go.
Careful. There is something on this key that can turn a man into a skeleton. Whatever the thing is, Santini and his men are in deadly fear of it.
We know, Pat. We've seen a sample of its work on the flyer who brought Dan Thunden here.
What's that?
I don't know. Sounds like bacon frying.
Doesn't seem to be coming any closer. Let's keep going.
Long Tom? What are you wiping on the walls?
One of Doc's chemical mixtures.
I don't see anything.
It's invisible unless subjected to ultraviolet light. I've got a flashlight similar to Rennie's, except that it gives off black light. It'll make the stuff glow so we can find our way back if necessary.
And in a hurry if necessary. Hold it. Get that.
Poison. And look, light.
Douse that flashlight, Rennie. Come on, quietly.
Holy God. Look, Doc.
And there's Cal Avery.
So they did get him after all.
Wow. They've got Doc tied up with so much rope. He looks like a mummy.
And they're really staying away from him. Guess they're not taking any chances.
Here comes Santini. Listen.
Probably wondering why we did not shoot you when we had the chance, Senor Savage. You were kept alive to do a bit of work for us. And if you do it well, we will permit you to live.
Yeah, maybe.
There is something on this island which is worth many millions of dollars, Senor Savage. It grows here. But we do not know what it looks like when it grows. We've only seen it after it has been dried and treated. This material is hidden somewhere, and only Dana Thunder knows of the hiding place.
And he won't tell you.
Unfortunately, no. When we visited this island the first time, we learned of this thing, and arranged with the Thunder to sell it to those who could afford to pay us millions of dollars for it. We went to New York and made contact with a number of wealthy men.
The names and the files of the Fountain of Youth office.
Exactly, Senor Savage. Well, they were very anxious to buy what we had to sell, and to pay a handsome price. It was then that we decided to get rid of that Thunder. That may have been a mistake. He found out our intentions and seized the box containing our entire supply of this fabulously valuable substance.
Yes?
The older man had very little money, but he hit on the idea of persuading a relative, Miss Avery here, to finance him in selling the material. He sent the box to Miss Avery and arranged a rendezvous in Florida, which we were fortunate enough to prevent him from keeping.
So you tried to kidnap the girl and get the box. But you failed and she became alarmed. She decided to call upon me for aid. You tried to seize me before she got to New York.
An accurate summation. Now, for our proposition. We want your aid. We will trade the safety of you and your party, including Miss Avery, for your help.
And how do you suppose I can help you, Santini?
I know something of your ability. You will notice that we keep our flashlights off your eyes. This is because we know you are a skilled hypnotist. You can hypnotize Dan Thunder and make him tell where this, shall we say, treasure is hidden.
But you haven't got Dan Thunder.
Oh, we will get him. Leaking. Shorty, go get the Thunder. No!
Right, boss.
Holy cow, they're coming this way.
Hey, it's Morris Savage's crew. Seize it!
We gotta make a fight of it, guys. We got him going.
Hey! What's Santini doing?
He's pulling leather.
Look out! It's a trap! A net!
Holy cow, it's got us up against the wall.
We shoot somebody, ready?
It's no good, they've got us.
Knock them out, men!
No!
They're out, boys.
When? Now, quickly. Go see if they left a card at the entrance.
Johnny, what are you doing here?
Ham, Monk, I couldn't proceed with my damaged rib cage, so they left me on guard.
What's going on? We heard shooting.
I know, Monk. I heard it too, in the labyrinthine spaces beneath here.
You mean the island has caves underneath it?
Yes, Ham. Santini and his cohorts are occupying them. Rennie, Longtime, and Pat are exploring, trying to find Doc and Kel Avery.
Pat! You mean you found it?
Indubitably.
But you say they got Doc.
Undeniably.
What happened to Thunden here?
Rennie rendered him unconscious with one of Doc's anesthetic bulbs. Say, where's DeClima?
Back at the plane.
Hey, listen. Somebody's coming this way through the cave.
Maybe it's Rennie.
Maybe Santini and his gang.
There they are.
It is.
Let them have it. Let's get out of here.
Johnny, you need it.
Not without assistance.
I'll carry it.
Come on! Sounds like they gave up the chase.
Conjecture that once they gained possession of Dan Thunden, their interest in us waned.
And let's stop for a minute. Even as thin as you are, Johnny, you're still a low to haul.
You sure came out on the short end of that bit of gunplay, you hairy ape.
Shyster, if you throw away that sword cane and use a gun, we'd have better luck.
How can I find anybody to shoot at when you're always charging into the fray?
Never mind. Now, Johnny, what's been going on? Hey, Johnny, you all right?
Well, I'll be super amalgamated.
What you doing down on the ground?
Look at this.
It's just a funny-looking weed.
Weed. Neither of you ever saw flora of this type before.
So what?
Monk, Ham, I invite you to examine the confines of this area of vegetation.
Huh?
He said look around this patch of green.
Somebody's garden patch.
I suspect it's far more than that. I think I'll take some of these weeds for future study. They're very strange.
Not half as strange as some of the other things on this island. For instance, what is it that's making people into skeletons? And what's Santini after?
Good question.
Yeah, and we won't find the answer in this patch of crabgrass. Let's get back to the plane.
Here's the plane.
Ham, I thought you indicated that DeClima was awaiting us here.
He was. DeClima!
Laces. He had orders to stick right here. Something's happened.
Well, I'll be super amalgamated. Look over here.
DeClima!
Yo! Look at that knot on his noggin.
Someone really slugged him a good one, all right. He's coming out of it. DeClima, what happened?
Oh, for you feller, I stand around and listen. Yes. And then all of a sudden, the top of my head should go bang like a firecracker on the 4th of July.
Then what?
How do I know? The world she kind of stopped for to go around there.
Somebody sneaked up behind and kissed your bean with a gun barrel or something, huh?
Maybe. I no see the soul. Not a soul. But show me the damn feller would do this to DeClima, and I tear from him the arm and leg. Yes.
You sure do talk, big boy. But in action, you ain't been so hot.
What do you mean by that? The insult, no?
Don't mind the missing leg, DeClima. He fell out of his nest when he was little.
I might have known this fella. He born in a nest in a tree, like the monkey.
Stop it. This is no time for character assassination. What are we going to do now?
Take the plane and try to spot Santini's men.
Right. Come on. Wait a minute, fellas.
What is it?
We ain't going nowhere.
Why not?
Because if you'll take a gander at the motors of the plane, you may notice that the carburetors are missing.
So that's what Santini's men came here for.
Well, now what?
Obviously, the wisest course is to return to the rocky area.
What then?
I haven't an inkling. But if Santini and his henchmen took the vital parts of our motors, they no doubt removed them to the caverns.
Makes sense.
Okay, we'll pack some equipment and head for the rocky area.
May I suggest that we traverse the slightly circuitous route via the beach? It would be easier, particularly considering the condition of my rib cage. I'm not equal to much more junk.
Good idea, Johnny. It'll probably be faster going anyway.
Okay, let's pack up and head out.
How much farther this rocky area should be?
Not a great deal, DeClima.
Boy, Shyster, are you gonna suffer for that crack about me falling out of the nest?
Listen, you refugee from a monkey house.
I say, look. Where? There. Adjacent to that outgrowth of jungle.
I see. Bits of timber sticking out of the sand.
Just an old wrecked ship.
Not quite, Monk. I want to investigate. It's the frame of a ship. Not a large vessel. Once carved in elaborate fashion.
What are we killing time here for? It's just a weather-beaten old hulk.
Did you ever see a Roman galley, Monk?
Blazes, no. I'm not 2,000 years old.
Well, this was once a Roman galley. I'm sure of it.
Roman galley? How did it get here on this side of the Atlantic?
Drifted, perhaps.
Nix. Ocean currents are wrong for that.
And possibly it had sails which were set, and the wind blew it across. It's not impossible.
Ham may be correct. This key is on the outskirts of the Caribbean. A craft blown across the Atlantic might conceivably have landed here, or been wrecked, as this one undoubtedly was.
Okay, so it came across the Atlantic and piled up here. I don't see why all the excitement.
I have an astounding theory, but perhaps we should go into that later.
Yeah, we still have Doc, Kel, Avery, and the others to worry about.
And that rocky area is just inland from here. Shall we hit the jungle?
Right. It's gonna be hard to get close to that trap door without being hurt.
Yes, but we must.
It's just beyond this growth of mangroves.
Hold it. Let me take a gander with the telescope before we barge in there. No sign of life. No sign of any trap doors. Looks like one solid mass of rock.
Johnny, can you find any of the trap doors?
I don't know, Ham. I can try.
Come on, then. Keep your super machine pistols ready.
Don't hear nothing.
That could be good or bad.
Hey!
What is it?
Me, I find the hole. I hit it with the hand.
Say, pal, shake.
What for?
You finally performed a useful service.
Well, do we enter?
I'll say. Get us your flashlight and follow me. Nice place, this.
Pipe down.
Look! There!
Blazes, the Cleaver. You want to bust our eardrums?
A man, I see him. Him see me. That guy Santini, I think it was.
Well, if it was, it's going to be tough from now on.
I think I have an idea.
Yes, Shyster, what?
Let's use the light spot cartridges.
Say, you are bright.
What's that? Light spot cartridges?
It's a special shell Doc came up with that fit in our super machine pistol.
They burn with a brilliant white light whenever they strike.
An intricate mixture of thermite and magnesium.
Let's alternate light spot cartridges with mercy bullets. 5 of each.
An effective combination.
Loaded?
Indeed.
Okay, let's go. Look, some of Santini's men.
Let him have the spot.
Blazes.
Something's wrong. These ammo drums are dud.
When those birds got into the plane, they must have ducked at the bullets.
Rush it in!
There's too many of them.
That's the way we came. The Claimer, retreat. Dang it, run!
He's not moving.
Seize them! Seize
Oh, blast. I'm paralyzed.
You ought to be, you missing link. But you're just tied up like the rest of us.
Shyster. Boy, that ain't got you roped.
No more than Doc. Look.
Yeah, nothing showing but your head and feet, Doc. They don't take many chances, do they?
Are you all right?
I've always said Monk's skull was thick.
Everybody else is here, too. Johnny, Long Tom, Rennie.
And Pat, Kel Avery, and DeClemus.
Hey, they even got old Dan Thunder.
He's still out from the effects of the anesthetic gas.
Well, what now?
I think the answer to that is coming in right now.
Well. It is a big reunion, senores?
In your hat, Santini.
Oh, this is a joyful occasion for me. This is what I wait for. Not only do I have the fabulous Doc Savage a prisoner, so he will not interfere with my search for the weeds, but I also have the old Dan Thunder who can tell me where the weeds are.
If he ever does.
Oh, he will, senor. That I can guarantee you. Take the old man somewhere and make him answer a question. You're right, boss. Perhaps it is also best to separate the rest of you, so you do not plot anything to foil our plans. Take Savage and Avery girl to another king, but be sure not to go near that door with the secret lock. We do not want our friends here to turn into skeletons. At least, not yet.
Has Doc finally met his match in the evil Santini? Will Dan Thunden reveal the whereabouts of the secret cache of the valuable weeds? And what will happen when Santini exposes Doc and his crew to the mysterious power that turns men to skeletons? Don't miss The Crawling Terror, the 7th and final chapter of Fear Key, next time on The Adventures of Doc Savage. Fear Key was written by Lester Dent and adapted for radio by Roger Rittner. Featured in the cast were Daniel Chodos, Robert Towers, Art Dutch, Bill Ratner, Kimmett Mustin, Scott McKenna, Robin Riker, Bob Farley, and Michael McConaughey. Also heard were Douglas Kohler and Bob Lyne. The sound effects were created by David Surtees, assisted by Jerry Williams. Production assistance by Samantha Kimmel and Doris Christie. Engineering by Denny King. The Adventures of Doc Savage is produced and directed by Roger Rittner and is a presentation of the Variety Arts Radio Theater.